And the doctors told me that they were all around her, and the last moment she just, got up, she opened her eyes, got up from the bed, little bit, and then she looked around, and luckily for her, she didn't see any one of us, all Maya Swarupas. And then clearly she pronounced Om Sai Ram 3 times, and then she just left the body. It was so beautiful. The song that I sang just now, today I intend to sing more, and yesterday also I got a beautiful opportunity to sing so many bhajans, thanks to Shrikant, who wrote down those bhajans and asked me to sing. And today also he has asked me to sing 1 or 2 bhajans. In very, very wonderful circumstances, Swami fills you up with bhajans. There was a great composer who had never learned. Yesterday I was telling you in fact about Devnath Mukherjee, whom Swami taught him the bhajan in his dream. Yesterday most of you were here, so you would have heard about it. Giri Dhari Lal Shyam Gopal. Swami at 3 o'clock in the morning, Swami came in his dream and said, write down the song, learn the song. And he woke up his wife right out of his dream, and then he pulled the harmonium from underneath the bed, and then he started writing he wrote the song, wrote down the song and the tune, recorded the tune, so that he shouldn't forget it later on. Because our memory doesn't last more than one, maybe few hours. Sometimes we just forget the dream. So he wrote it down, and that bhajan is so famous, and we have been hearing one of the most beautiful melodies. Believe me, I have been into all genres of music. As a lover of music, I have been listening to all varieties of music. And in the Indian parlance, I have been listening to all varieties of kirtanas, varieties of ghazals, and very much Bollywood movie songs. And there was a time I used to sing all those songs, Kishore Kumar's. Ye mohabbat hai, ye unka hai naam, those songs. And today when I rested finally on this perch, Sri Satya Sai Bhajans, ultimately I found my ultimate solace, my happiness. And I can vouch and tell you that this is the highest form of, the most beautiful form of lyrical music you can ever think of anywhere. And I would tell people that, yeah, we all specialize in Sai Bhajans and we sing this. But the dynamics of these compositions, even when you think of it, is so beautiful. Like yesterday I was telling you about the Pancharangi, the bhajans that Kalyan Chaudhary ji composed. Meanings of notes plucked out from every note. That was one style. Another style that he was inspired to compose on was, taking 24 names of propitiation of 24 deities in 24 ragas. That used to be one. In fact, I learned one series of it. Just the first bhajan I learned on Ganapati, and I introduced it in Puttaparthi. I had the privilege to introduce this bhajan. This is that bhajan. Jaya Shri Ganesha Tirthanasha Gajanana. You know this bhajan. So, we are not singing this one. So this bhajan is so beautiful. And this bhajan is a part of those 24 bhajans and 24 ragas in a series. Like this, he has made some 100 series. I told you yesterday, so more than 4,000 compositions of this gentleman. And how could he have done that unless it was dictated by Bhagavan himself, the Narada Swarup himself? And there are some bhajans, like we can just take 1 or 2 bhajans. There was one student in Vrindavan. He was from Davangiri or Belgaum, I am not so sure. Probably he was from Davangiri. And he was afflicted with leprosy. And when the teachers found out, he was asked to leave the hostel because they thought that this was infectious and others would also get it from him. So when he left he was out of the university, of the college, and then from the hostel. So when he reached home, he didn't have a father, only son of his mother. He told me later on in Uti that his mother at that point of time was into making her morning breakfast. She was roasting some dosa. And when he just appeared there, she asked him, "Why are you here? You are supposed to be in the college." And he said that he had this problem, leprosy, and he had been asked to leave the college, so he had no college and he was suffering. The moment she heard that, she left everything, sat down and started crying. And that cry slowly turned into such a prayer, and that prayer formed into a melody, and that melody became one of the most beautiful bhajans we have ever heard. She has never learned music in her life, but the song is so famous. We just sing it together. You ever sing? I'll just sing a little bit of it, then we'll sing it in another step. Antarang Sai, Anarthanarth Sai, Dinabandhu Sai, Karuna Sindhu Sai. Let's sing it together. Antarang Sai, Anarthanarth Sai, Antarang Sai, Anarthanarth Sai, Dinabandhu Sai, Karuna Sindhu Sai, Dinabandhu Sai, Karuna Sindhu Sai, Rama Krishna Shiva Shankar, Prema Rupa Sai, Rama Krishna Shiva Shankar, Prema Rupa Sai, Yuga Rama Baba, Shri Satya Sai, Yuga And 10 years since then, I happened to be in Uti. And that was a beautiful time. And a part of it I have shared with you how I went to Uti and why I went to Uti. Swami was to be in Uti just for one day, and all that I have shared with you yesterday. Did I? No, I did. So maybe I'm getting mixed up with what I did to you for yesterday. It so happened that I was again going through a very rough patch, and those are the moments of self-introspection. And I was going through that, and almost 10 months into that, I was in Sikkim and feeling more and more desperate that am I out of Puttaparthi, and am I never supposed to have Swami's darshan again. And then someone told me that Swami is in Kodaikanal, and I knew that Swami would be in Kodaikanal, so I followed him. I went to Kodaikanal. I won't tell you the circumstances. I was very sick, and then extremely sick, to the extent that when I reached Chennai, I had to get myself admitted in a hospital. And when you have to do that on your own, and you feel completely left out, no one helping you. Because I had herpes zoster on my body. And herpes is such a thing that it's totally not contagious, but at the same time, the moment people would look at it, they would feel that maybe it's so, it looks so bad. All eruptions throughout the body. And I went to Vatpalani. I knew about that hospital, Vijay Nursing Home. So I went to the Vijay Health Center, got myself admitted. 5 days I was there. And I also had the experience of becoming a guinea pig for a lot of interns who came and turned me around and they saw me what herpes zoster looks like. And after 5 days of stay there, my friend Raj Gopal's mother came and told me that, Swami is going to be in Kodaikanal only for another 2 days. So you better rush. So I asked the doctors to just let me go. And then when I reached Kodaikanal, 10 months after I had not seen Swami, I reached Kodaikanal. I was stranded at the gate, and there was such a mad rush, and people would recognize me, so they wouldn't allow me inside, despite my telling them that I am an ex-student. They wouldn't allow me. Then all of a sudden, from the blue, Professor Anil Kumar happened to come there in a car. He saw me, he just pulled me and took me inside. I was there with the old students, and I couldn't believe my luck. And I sat there and had Swami's darshan for the first time after 10 months. And Swami came, Swami looked at me, and I just broke down. And then after that, when Swami went inside, Swami told the old students Swami told the students who had accompanied him there, MBA students, that did you see your mama sitting there? They said, no, Swami, they have to be very careful. Other Swami will say, oh, so you are looking at him. And then Swami said, Sonam, he was sitting there and crying. And for me, the gates of heaven opened up again. And the next day, Swami spoke to me and asked me, did you eat prasadam? And that is how I followed him to, when I came to know that Swami was to go to Uti. That very evening, I went to Uti to receive him, because I wanted to be there at the receiving end when Swami would come. And Swami came, and Swami was to stay there only for 1 day. And the moment I went there in the morning, in Uti, for Swami's darshan, this boy, whose mother had composed this beautiful bhajan, he saw me there, he had come for Swami's darshan. The first thing that he did was he came running to me and said, Anna, look at me. I have been healed by Bhagavan. Then I told him, you tell me the story later on, but now we have to sit for darshan. And that was the time when Anupam Kher and Vinod Khanna came for Swami's darshan. And I knew about Vinod Khanna, that I read somewhere that he had been into the Rajneesh ashram, and that he was a consummate devotee of Bhagavan Rajneesh. And he was there. And then I saw that when they reached the place for darshan, Anupam Kher went and sat alone. Probably he wanted a special darshan from Bhagavan, or a special attention from Bhagavan, or a special look from Bhagavan. But that didn't happen. Swami came out and went straight to Vinod Khanna and gave me some vibhuti. And when that happened, Anupam Kher just stood up. And the Sevadars just dragged him down. Regardless of whatever he is. Then he got up once again, and once again he was rudely asked to sit down and don't move from that place. Then after the bhajan, after the darshan, Vinod Khanna walked up to Anupam Kher and then shared the prasadam, and both of them were crying. And like two small children, they were crying, and then they left the place. Then at that time I thought that no sooner you reach Bhagavan's place, Bhagavan's domain, and you are in his presence, you are broken up into a small child, regardless of your age or your status or anything. You just become a small, tiny little child, and then Swami also fondles you like that and gives you all his love. But then, by the time my friend was telling me about his experience sitting next to me, and he was telling me, and he started drizzling a bit, and he was telling me, this is how it happened, and Swami healed him, and Swami had cured him. He was telling me this, and telling me how we had reached home at the time. By the time the Sevadars came and shooed us out of the place, they said, 6 or 7 old students were together at the time. They said, no, you can't be here. You have to go now. Darshan is over. Now Swami was to give a discourse to the to the students who had come with Bhagwan. And I was thinking, Swami, why don't you allow us also to be there inside? After all, how would it matter? 5 or 6 of us sitting in the corner going inside. But then by the time we started going down the circuitous road, all of a sudden, a song which I had never even thought of for a long, long time, but I had listened to this song from my mother for so many times when I was a kid. That song came to my mind, and it was so life-size. आंसू भरी है ये जीवन की राहें, कोई उनसे कहने की हमें भूल जाए. That song of all the songs. वादे भुला दे कसम तोड़ दे वो, हालत पे अपनी हमें छोड़ दे वो, उन्हें घर मुबारक हमें अपनी आहें. This song came very strongly to me, and I started remembering the song and singing the song mentally, and it chilled up all the bhava that was required for me to, go back again and sit there on the lawn. And you can't just sit on the lawn. You have to, when you go to have Swami's darshan, if you have the right type of focus, then you start experiencing wonderful things. So that song, by the time I reached there, and nobody stopped me, and I was vaguely aware that the other old students also, they were also with me. They also took courage, seeing my courage maybe, again going back to the same place. And in that beautiful, when it was drizzling in Uti, so beautiful, and I sat down there on the lawn, facing Swami's, the Swami's door. And then this song was going on. By the time we reached there, I was in the right mindset to receive Bhagwan. Right at that moment, the door just opened. Swami gave Abhayasta, closed the door and then. It was so spontaneous and beautiful. Then I asked Vijay Sai later on, what happened, tell me. He said Swami was giving a discourse. He was in the middle of a sentence. For no reason, we didn't understand why. He just stopped and rushed out of the room, and then again came back and resumed the discourse. That was Swami's spontaneity. And we were lucky because, we could see, we could really experience it. The song is so beautiful. I don't know whether you know this song. The moment we start on a film song, everybody feels so good. People can, ride on the wings of that song and go back in time to those young days,